Hey Star Wars fans, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a good day because we're going to be painting Boushh today, or Boushh, or whatever. This is Leia as a bounty hunter from Star Wars Shatterpoint, who was primed in a matte white air primer, and we're going to be using these speed paints to get through this one very quickly and get her ready for the table. We're starting off with a howling sand on some of her clothing here. Again, going back to speed paints after painting with some war paints fanatics, I see how speed paints can be great for someone who just wants to get stuff painted very quickly and not have to think about highlights and so on and so forth. There's a color we don't use often is Nuclear Sunrise because of the weird speckling effect, but somehow I seem to not be seeing that lately anymore since I've been shaking it up a lot. And the next color we're using is actually Warrior Skin on clothing. That's right, we're not using it for skin because I find it has a nice leather look to it. Especially for the cape and the rest of the clothing as well. I will come back as a second pass on the cape later because I found it was a little light. But anyways, yeah, so come back to speed paints as a good technique for painting miniatures is that it actually, I find, gives you a little bit more confidence when you see the outcome of it, is that you notice that, wow, okay, I painted this, especially on a white primer. It's very bright, it's very vibrant. They do a good job getting into the recesses and darkening those areas down if you put a lot on your brush. If you don't put enough, you're not going to get all those recesses darker. I've come to learn that sometimes I don't put enough on my brush. I don't use a thick enough brush, but I try to go more detail oriented where I like to make sure I'm getting the right spots, because if you make a mistake, yeah, you can recover it in white and then come back and redo it again with the speed paints, but it's not always easy to cover up your mistakes with speed paints. It's a little bit easier with regular acrylics. As you can see, I came back on the cape there just to get a little bit darker. The next color we're using is Dark Wood for some of the belts and straps and some no, actually, well, yeah, a little bit of everything actually. Some of the undergarments and stuff like that, or the coat, or I don't know what you want to call all that stuff. Anyway, this is an awesome miniature. I like the way it looked. You could have chosen to put Leia's head or the bounty hunter version, like with the helmet on. Normally I would have taken the helmet, put it on the ground, and then put the regular head on. I could have done that too, just to have both on, but I'm like, too much trouble. Or I could have tried to find a way to kit bash it, take out the thermal grenade and put the helmet in her hands, but I'm not good at doing that kind of stuff, so I don't even want to try myself. Some Gravelord Gray now just for that belt and this thing on her back. It looks like some sort of backpack, so I decided to put it with that as well. Gravelord Gray, again, another good speed paint that just covers nicely and gets all the recesses. Grim Black now for part of that staff or stick or whatever she's holding. And I'm sure all you Star Wars fans out there know exactly the name of everything. I am a Star Wars fan, but I'm not that much. All right, next is sorry, polished silver for all the silvery parts, including the thermal grenade, the ends of the staff, and the mouthpiece as well on the front of the mask. Again, Shatterpoint, great skirmish game. If you haven't played it, it is an expensive hobby to get into because you are paying a lot for the miniatures, but the quality is there. And the replayability is just so much fun. Great game. Anyways, let's take a final look at it. I want to again thank you to my Patreons or patrons, however you want to say it. You can become a Patreon as well. You can also become a member of the channel. I want to thank you guys for watching, and may the paints be with you.